Angela Langlot's trademark attorney here, going live as I do every weekday to talk about trademark law. If you think other people might like this video, then please go ahead and share it. And today I would like to talk about arbitrary trademarks. So what is an arbitrary trademark? It is a word that's actually present in language. We'll just use the English language here for today. But that is arbitrarily associated with a company or goods from a particular company. But the most famous example of an arbitrary trademark is Apple, right? So Apple is a normal word in the English language, but it's been adopted by Apple Computer for computers and electronic goods. We don't know why they picked the word Apple. They just woke up one day. I'm sure there was some brand specialist involved, but let's just assume they just woke up one day and said, hey, how about we use Apple? We're just going to be arbitrary, right? Arbitrary trademarks are actually really great trademarks because, well, I think they're great trademarks because there's sometimes an association in the mind of the consumer with certain qualities that an apple might have. For example, if you're trying to convey that your brand is kind of wholesome and easy to use, you might pick Apple for a trademark. So it might suggest some qualities, but that's not the primary reason why you're maybe adopting the mark. But what's some other examples of arbitrary marks? Things like Shell gasoline. There's no suggestion in the choice of Shell for gasoline and other petroleum products that, seashells are represented or associated with Shell petroleum. Another example might be CAMEL for tobacco products. There's no suggestion through the arbitrary choice of the word camel for tobacco products that, the product has 4 legs and a hump, right? So in that sense, it's not suggestive. There's some reason why the parent company chose it. I don't know what that reason is, other than that it seems arbitrary. Now, sometimes people get a little bit confused about the use of ordinary words as trademarks, and they ask me, Angela, how can anybody monopolize an English language word or a word in any other language for their exclusive use as a trademark? And I like to say that, we have to remember it's contextual, as with so much of the law. Trademark law is contextual. So an ordinary word can serve as a trademark so long as it's not being, as it's not generic for the goods that the trademark describes. So for example, Apple makes a great trademark for electronics, but it makes a really bad trademark and it doesn't function as a trademark at all vis-a-vis a business that sells apples, okay? That would be generic for apples. Shell makes a great brand name for a petroleum company, but if you own a company that sells decorative items for the home made of seashells, you are not going to be able to get a trademark registration for the word shell for your goods, all right? Because you produce goods made of seashells. Now, the fact that a particular business owns a trademark for an English language word doesn't mean that anybody else can't utter that word, all right? People get really freaked out about that. I don't know what the confusion is. It's only protected in as much as it's being used to identify the source of the goods in commerce. Anybody else can utter the word without, violating somebody else's trademark. So, for example, if somebody has, or if they want to use it for other goods that are unrelated to the original goods. Let's say, for example, that I'm an amplifier company and I manufacture amplifiers for guitars under the trademark orange, okay? That doesn't mean that I can't say the word orange. It just means that I can't apply it to goods that are related to guitar amplifiers and sell those in commerce. And it doesn't mean that I can't get a trademark registration for orange for banking services, because banking services are completely unrelated to amplifiers for guitars, and no consumer in the marketplace would be confused and think that banking services and guitar amplifiers come from the same source. So we have to look at the proposed mark in the context that it's going to be used, and also in the context of other goods in the marketplace, right? We can't just take one mark out of context. It all has to be looked at in the context of the consumer experience and other pre-existing trademarks, as well as the goods themselves. I'm Angela Langlotz. I go live here every weekday to talk trademarks. You can find me online at TrademarkDoctor.net or on Facebook at facebook.com/TrademarkDoctor. If you like my page, you'll be notified each and every time I go live, and please share this video if you think others might find it useful. I'll see you later.